Bark. Heck. Bjork.
Oh, nice. And there's all this really cool
I feel
art,
sorry
too.
for that young man. Is she talking about the Baron who owns this place?
She's talking about the Creepazoid, yeah. White Rose has got some
White
bad
Rose.
shit going on. She was one of the princesses who's been, like, held by Orluge for a very long time, and is quote-unquote the nicest of the princesses, and was, like, teaching you how to be, like, a subservient, kidnapping victim, just like she's been for ostensibly centuries. She's, like, projecting her fucking, Stockholm Syndrome on the rest of the world super duper hard.
Great.
It's really bad.
Sounds like you should leave her in the nearest tavern.
Not really,
Find a
because
different party member.
she's a victim, you know? It's bad and shitty, and Acellus is at least rebellious enough to, like, carry her. Oh, she wasn't a coffin. Oh, a convent.
Yes, not a confine, a
Oh.
convent.
Oh, I thought you said coffin, because Orluge literally collects princesses in coffins.
Yes.
He has literally
Oh, so
huge
it's
rooms
weird.
full of coffins packed with
Oh,
princesses. Yeah, he collects them.
That's,
Mhm.
Jesus, that's, wow. Okay,
It's fucked.
that's a little...
This dude's bad.
Wow.
He's really bad. It's like they
Yeah.
He's walking that edge Lord Mile. Like,
took the vampire lord, and he's always got wind. He's just always got some wind shit going on.
oh wow.
Go get White Rose, huh?
Who's this Orluge guy? And what are we losing instead of?
Right. Oh, Shadow Clones! Fuck you, Rastavan.
Okay,
Fuck
so
Kyato.
who localized this game? I want to know who localized this game.
I do too, because it's got some shit. Let me tell you.
Okay, I'm gonna try and look this up and see who localized this game because I'm interested
you.
now.
Thank you. I am too, really.
Yeah, I was gonna try and put some effort into that as well, but
Alright, so what do you got? Mystic Mail can't remove. 22. 36. Jet Boots. Funny enough, the jet boots that were equipped successfully on the Sartham until just a second ago. So apparently the mermaid can wear boots that let her fly, which is really adorable when you think about it. Just like tape a little like sci-fi jet boot to each one of the flippers on her tail.
oh my god.
Was this Woolsey? I hope it's Woolsey. The fucking localization.
I don't know. I'm still trying to find it. I think I'm gonna have to look at the credits, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
I think the localization's pretty good, considering the budget issues I already know about and the massive quantities of content that were cut. Oh, I don't need to stay. Or do I? How's my shit looking? Did they heal me after that section? Yeah, they did. Good, good. Got all my life points back.
They better.
Yeah, after the fucking Kraken. They were merciful enough to put the exit literally right there after the Kraken. I just fell down the hole like an asshole.
Beautiful.
I use crap like MSG. Motherfucker, MSG is delicious. It doesn't stop your ability to eat, but it actually helps you eat more. Fuck you. Gotta get that umami. I love crab. Shrimp. Totally a product of its times, though. Like, somebody thought whining about MSG was relevant when they localized this.
Yeah, I found a guy who localized SaGa Frontier 2. I'm looking for.
SaGa Frontier 2 was a little bit rough. I remember in the dialogue department.
Yeah, a guy named Richard Amtower localized SaGa Frontier 2.
Do you think he was tall? Do you think he Amtower?
I really hope
I don't know,
he
maybe.
isn't, just because, like, what an ironic name.
Right. Nice. And you could see the money went into weird places before they started running out. Like this little scene with the cool airship. There's tons of those. They differ like depending upon which area you're going from and to give the illusion that there's tons of operating like transit airships in this world.
That's funny.
Like a functioning, realistic fucking air transit system. So they clearly modeled tons of different cool-looking airships and took renders of them from different angles to do all that shit. Like what a thing to do. But I guess that was before the money started running out. There's even unused airship renders.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a lot of content that got cut out. Which is a damn shame.
It's always sad, like, with the game.
Yeah.
Like, especially if the game ends up, like... If the game ends up being, like, turning out terrible, it sucks. But, like, if the game ends up, like, turning out good despite the content, it seems like even worse sometimes.
Yeah, because then you're like, oh, but what could have been?
Yeah, it's like, this is good, but, like... Holy shit, if they had had enough money to completely fulfill their vision, what could it have, turned into?
Yeah. Yeah, that's alright.
Kind of thing. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I'd be interested in.
Yeah, I mean, SaGa Frontier 2, from what I remember, actually got way more polish. The only janky part of it, if I recall correctly, was the localization. I want to see, is this just a fucking inn?
Yeah.
Nah.
Sometimes I can look past localizations, though, like, as long as it's coherent. Like...
Yeah, I mean, I can understand. It's a rough localization, as long as I can understand the plot, it's fine, and sometimes even sort of endearing. What always really gets me is games that are uncompleted because they ran out of money. Like, for instance, Xenogears, that everybody swoons over, and I'm like, no, it's... Call me when they finish making it. Like, everybody's like, oh, it's so great, and I'm like, yeah, how's Disc 2? Because if you don't know about Disc 2 of Xenogears,
yeah, I have no clue.
So, Xenogears, it's basically trying to be every anime at once, and it does a lot of really cool shit. Takes tons of plot elements and tropes, and does so many things, goes tons of different directions, lots of characters, etc., all across the first disc, sets up like a huge field of plot threads, and it becomes clear when you pop the second disc in that they had nowhere near enough time or money to finish it from that point on, because the start of the second disc is a 30-minute plot dump in text. It's black screen with the main character sitting in a rocking chair telling you the synopsis of the game they would have made otherwise. You watch a 10-minute screen crawl of text with a screenshot of a boss fight that would have been, a screenshot of a dungeon that would have been, a screenshot of a sequence that would have been. You're thrown into one boss fight that would have been at the end of some dungeon or another. Then you go back to another 10 minutes of text. Then final dungeon, mid-boss, final boss. That's it. That's the whole second disc.
Oh, God.
It's a shit show. Oh,
I found who localized SaGa Frontier. It is a man named Brian Bell, who I have never heard of and who we may never have heard of since.
Brian Bell went on to localize all of those Frozen Elsa Undergoes Dental Surgery games for iOS.
Elsa's erotic dental surgery.
Oh my god. Oh jeez, it's just a really bad Newgrounds flash of that scene from fucking Monogatari, except you're brushing Elsa's teeth. Oh Jesus. Yeah, it's a little too accurate, huh?
Oh wait, here it is. He also had credits on Xenogears. He was a localization staff member for Square Enix Incorporated.
Oh no. Oh god. It's all coming together. It's all coming together.
Xenogears. Yep, it all comes together.
Oh no. So it's my house.
Now I see.
It's really funny how Xenogears has people who are so famous working on it, and yet.
Look, you start any project and then you just pull the fucking financial rug out from under it halfway through, or poorly mismanage the money.
My heart goes out.
I don't know which. It's like,
my heart goes out to all these people who tested Xenogears. Jesus Christ!
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My heart goes out to anyone who's tested a JRPG. I had a friend in college who tested Steambot Chronicles, and his job, no joke, was he had to test drop
Oh.
rates for chests.
That's
Oh,
tedious.
That's right.
Their testing
You can
kits
imagine
include shit like
exactly
save
what
states,
that was.
right? Their testing kits include shit like
What?
save states, right? Like, so you could just open the chest, mark it, like, you could just open the chest, mark it down, reload save state. Like, did they have equivalent?
No.
Oh my God, You're serious?
No.
Save states only exist on emulators for games on emulators. Save states only exist on emulators. They don't exist on hardware, not even on dev kits.
Oh my God.
Save states.
Oh, it's
to
not.
have a
It's
save
not
state,
doable, huh?
you
You would
need
have
to
to
have an
build the
entire
whole
memory.
dev kit to do
it's
that.
doable.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
no, it's doable. It's just that you need to have, in order to make a save state, you're snapshotting the entire state of
Yeah,
all
all
RAM.
memory. Yeah.
Yeah, you're snapshotting. So if the PS4 has 4 gigs of RAM, for example, a
Oh,
save state
it's a
is
4
going
gig save
to
state. Yeah,
cost
it's an
you 4
ISO of the
gigs hard drive
entirety
space.
of it. Yeah.
And you're also going to need to have more RAM than that. You're going to need to have. You basically need to be running the console OS as a virtual machine, and it's impossible almost to build a dev kit that can actually virtualize the retail kit, because at that point it's so much more powerful than the retail kit that you can't get representative performance on it, so you can't actually test anything.
Huh. That sucks, eggs.
So no, there are no save states. He was doing it on the PS2, and you had to go to this place.
Yeah,
open the
load.
chest,
Use the actual
mark
load the
what you
save
got.
file. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
And he had to do it at least 100 times,
Mhm.
maybe more.
Oh yeah. That's only a
Some
single
of the
percentage
because-
point of
yeah.
precision.
Well, yeah.
Also,
Well,
plot drop.
If certain weapons or objects have a less than 1 in 100 drop rate,
It's 12
which,
years.
by the way,
Oh.
Steambot Chronicles did have that. There were things like the Zodiac Spear in FF12 where
Fuck
there was
that.
like a 1 in
I
5
remember.
12 chance of something
Well,
dropping
It was
from a
worse.
chest.
Do you know what the
That
deal
was
was
worse
with the
than that.
Zodiac Spear?
I don't remember, but I know it was
Okay.
really
There was
bad.
a
I think it was
set.
less-
There
less
was.
than 1 in
It wasn't just a
512.
randomized chance. It wasn't just a randomized chance. There was a specific set of like 8 or 9 or something chests throughout the whole course of the game. That if you opened these chests, you don't get the Zodiac Spear. Nothing tells you what it is. It's just they look like any other chest, and the only way anybody found out was by brute force or like data dumping the game. But if you open these
believe it
chests
was
and get the
brute dump.
potion out of it or whatever, you no longer get the Zodiac Spear. Inconceivable how arcane that was. Also, yeah, it's been 12 years since I got run over by a carriage. Nobody knows who I am anymore. That sucks.
To be fair, it's easier to test that. Just don't open 8 chests and then you get the Zodiac Spear
Mhm.
than it is to test. There's a 1 in 512 chance.
Yeah,
that you'll
it's
get
way
this
easier because
drop.
the devs know what they made the conditions for it are. Like,
I mean,
it's
they do,
way
but-
worse from the player side. Like,
Well, there's-
your average ordinary player trying to figure that shit out.
It's bad, but there's still plenty of terrible, weird things that can be bad on both the developer and the player. I mean, there's a game that came out recently, Event Zero,
Mhm.
and it's you're mucking around with
Oh.
an AI on a space station or something. And it turns out that someone discovered that the game actually has 4 endings. The developers are under the impression it has 3.
What?
They wrote 3 endings to the game. But the game actually has 4 because of a bug that lets you trigger parts of one ending and parts of another ending, and somehow it works and doesn't break the entire game in half, but it's completely unintentional.
Wow.
Yeah.
The developer, it was on my Twitter feed the other day. One of the developers was like, "Wow, that was interesting."
Thank God it's only 54 damage.
And now you're fighting a Gundam.
Yeah, I'm fighting some sort of Gundam.
Dream
Looks
Gundam.
pretty rad.
Yeah,
Like,
it
you could
does.
tell all of their time, like, modeling shit to be rendered into sprites really went into the bosses.
Yeah. Dream Gundam is a pretty good Gundam. this constant afterimage thing is a
It's
grotesque
bad.
abuse of the PlayStation's post-processing abilities.
Yeah, let me tell you,
Guys,
there was
we get it. You can manipulate a vertex buffer.
in the last story I did, Red, who's the Sentai hero, the evil organization Black X had a fourth dimensional battle dimension that had this effect. Every fucking boss fight against their agents or anything, even an area that was like 6 mid-bosses, had this effect. You just fought on a giant eyeball, and it was supposed to look super rad, but it gets really bad on the eyes.
I mean, it did look really rad when they first conceived of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like,
I'm sure it looks super
it
rad.
overstays its welcome.
Now, see, if they just made it not also... If they just made the vertex buffer buffer all the UI sprites too, it would be better. But,
Yeah.
let's see what we got. We got the cubes, we got the orbs, we got the weird horse tattoo. Okay.
Yeah, it's the Phantasm Shot just summons random beasts. It's just damage and a random like status effect. Sick.
Okay.
Anti-air. And I think that's it. Yeah, selling your soul for that busted sword early in Celsus' run is great for LPs,
Yeah.
as it turns out.
Smart.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Dude, you whacked that guy with the power of birds.
Oh, I got her Mystic Sword. Time to not use
Straight
it.
up murdered a gun with bird powers.
Word.
It's pretty good.
It was pretty radical.